65 days a year giving out free picks. We go over the whole card, at least the games that we're interested in, we think you guys are interested in, every single day right here on YouTube and Facebook Live, Periscope, and Twitch. So be sure to subscribe to our channels. Some people say they don't get their YouTube notifications. Some people say the Periscope ones are the best. Some people say the Facebook ones are the best. They're all good. Just I think that some of them are better than others. So you guys can figure it out, and we'll go from there. Anyways, it's a fairly light schedule. The NBA season officially over. I guess we'll find out when the next NBA season is soon enough, and hopefully there'll be plenty of fans in the stands. Looks like there'll be fans in the stands at some of the stadiums starting this week. I guess in Florida, they have decided that screw it, full stadiums going through. So it'll be interesting to see how that is. Definitely a huge home field advantage for the Florida teams. So the Miami Dolphins, the Hurricanes, Florida Gators, Florida State Seminoles, UCF, USF, Florida Atlantic, all of those teams, Jaguars, Bucks, will have fans in the stands, while nobody else does. So that is a massive advantage. Speaking of no fans, Brian, how's it going today?
Well, I don't know. I'm glad the NBA season's over. I thought last night is how I thought the other game would go with the Lakers, that they would show up and kick the crap out of the Heat. But, boy, I just can't seem to buy a win.
Let's talk about not winning a little bit here with the New York Jets. Just
or
what was going through your
with,
skull?
Minnesota Vikings.
What went? So the first play of the game, they bull rush Joe Flacco, and he throws the ball about 20 yards to the left of his wide receiver. It came a lot closer to hitting the yardage marker than to his wide open receiver. What were you thinking at that point in the game?
Joe Flacco sucks.
Well, Le'Veon Bell, right, who demanded more money than anybody, right? More than anybody in the league, more money than Tom Brady. He wanted more money than Matt Ryan. He wanted more money than Matthew Stafford. We're talking the big contracts, right? I don't know what his final numbers were, but I don't even think I didn't see like anything that led me to believe that he was worth I don't know, 15 cents. Stunk, right? Just terrible. You giving up on the Jets for the season here, Brian, or you think now it's the time? Now's the time to jump on board with your JETS.
I bet a number, not a team, so I like.
Yeah, well, the number. You needed 27.
But I've decided that I am just not going to look at the Jets game every week because I could not bet against them because that's just not the type of pick.
At a certain point, you have to. At a certain point, when do you start handicapping the game instead of looking?
I gotta ignore the Jets. So
you gotta. Well, the Sharps all around took a beat down.
Pretty much of a beatdown.
Pretty much a beatdown yesterday. All the ones where the line was moving and the number and all that other stuff. The Sharps were on the wrong side of it. I believe the only game they got was Cleveland.
No, you forgot about Seattle and Minnesota.
But we cleaned their clock at halftime. If you watch the halftime show, I said they were down by 13. I said Seattle's going to win this game, no problem.
No,
within 7 minutes,
got that fourth down play.
Within 7 minutes, well, that fourth down play happened, and within 7 minutes, within 7 minutes of me saying that, they were covering the actual point spread for the game. So they were only laying 7 in the second half, and that was never in jeopardy. Never in jeopardy. So I lost my pick on the game, but I made much more on the halftime. And also my halftime of the early games, I parlayed those picks together, and I won mid 5 digits. It was the biggest parlay I ever hit in my whole life. People are going to ask me what's the biggest parlay you ever hit in your life. Yesterday halftime. It's not. I'll tell you what. I've talked about my other winningest bet I've ever made of all time. The most I ever bet on a game. This was not the most I ever bet on the game, but that was my single biggest winning ticket. Was yesterday.
I would have been. I don't know. I would have been a little worried at halftime because the Vikings were just
Not
out.
that one. The early half times when I parlayed
Uh,
14 parlay.
oh, okay. That's
I
right.
gave out the
Yeah.
Rams, the Ravens. I parlayed the Rams, the Ravens, the Rams, Ravens, Steelers.
Cardinals.
That was the one that I was worried about. Rams, Ravens, Steelers, and the Rams,
Cardinals.
Ravens, and who?
You had the
Cardinals.
Yep, and the Cardinals, which was, I mean, the easy money, right? That was the gift of the day, the easiest pick. It was never close. It was never that game. That was the one game that was never close. Like the Ravens were stuck at 17-0 for a while, and you could see where, oh man, maybe we could get into trouble here. It's like, but that Cardinals Jets game was never like in jeopardy of the number. The number was never even in question. I believe the Cardinals scored the first time they had the ball, and that was it. They never looked back. They just stomped them. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't understand how I asked you guys how you came up with the pick, and you talked about, line
I thought
moves.
to myself after watching those games yesterday in the NFL that
mean,
maybe
Joe
I should
Flacco.
just stick the first touchdown scored because I hit that with Dalvin Cook yesterday, and maybe I just need to do that on NFL Sunday. Just go down the line, pick every first touchdown score, and just go with it from there. But this year's been a problem.
Well, yeah, the Raiders. So, Chris, big day yesterday. Big day.
Yeah, yeah. I keep saying a blind squirrel's gonna get a nut every once in a while. So yesterday was my big day, but we don't look back, we look forward. I'm gonna hopefully carry it forward to today.
All right. How about Rod? I didn't look at your stuff yesterday, but I know you gave out the Jets money line in your parlay also. Is that the one you wish you could have back? Mine was the Heat. I gave out the Heat money line in my video and also in the thing. So that's the one I wish I had back.
Yeah, I didn't think the Heat were gonna come in and be and lay an egg like that.
They just we've seen that we saw it in every game throughout the playoffs and every game in the bubble that when a team went cold shooting, the other team just racked it into the 20s, 20-point lead, and the games were over. And that's pretty much exactly what happened yesterday in that game. But, I think the Heat have nothing to hang their head about. I mean, 5 seed that goes to the finals, wins 2 games at big money. I mean, if you bet money line every game, you came out ahead on the Heat, So, and that's what we said before the series, when we talked about it in the Facebook group, to bet the Heat money line each game as opposed to betting the Heat to win the series. It's a better payer. And it ended up being a better hedge in this case, too. So someone thinks the games are starting like really soon or something. There's 3 games and they don't start for hours on end, man.
Yeah, it's like you got to take your time here. It won't be done in 2 minutes.
I'm just just kind of trying to fill the time and so we have football every day this week, which is cool. And then I believe so coming up, we looked ahead at the schedule. Chris, when does the MAC start?
I think it's November or first week of November.
Do we care about the MAC this season, or are we still mad because they called the early cancellation? Are we going to hold that against them, or are we going to let it go at some point?
I love the MAC.
I know, but it's I don't like the bitch assness.
November 4th.
I think it was
my favorite.
You didn't think that was bitch assness, Brian? There with calling the season like in July.
Definitely.
It was total bitch assness. The Pac-12, the Big Ten, and the MAC all get no love from me, and the Mountain West also. They get no love from me. None.
Well, they all play on Wednesday, on November 4th. Every team, all playing Wednesday.
Wednesday?
Yeah.
I think there's a Tuesday.
MAC.
Tuesday. There's a Tuesday MAC day, I thought.
So MAC football starts with full slate of games on Wednesday, November 4th.
I see it. Akron Western, Buffalo Northern.
The Zips. I love betting on the Zips. That's my team.
Toledo, Bowling Green, Central Mich. Actually, there's only 6 games. I thought there's more than 12 MAC teams. No.
Two conference, 2 divisions.
2 divisions.
I thought there were 14 for some reason.
So you got Central Michigan, Eastern Michigan, Western Michigan. So you got 3 directions of Michigan there, as well as Buffalo, Northern Illinois, Akron, Miami of Ohio, Ohio University, Bowling Green, Ball State. Yeah, I think we got the whole MAC.
They're only playing 6 games, right?
Yep, 6-game season.
That's a shame.
Got some comments here on the about Dak Prescott's injury. We mocked the acquisition of Andy Dalton. Monahan was here. We would still have a good time at his expense. Monahan went down swinging with the Yankees. Never got a chance to. We'll have to get him back on just to mock him on that. So, anything else you guys want to talk about before we get into the picks? Chris?
Well, maybe our special that we have going on today.
What's the special?
Anyway, I got a 3-day pass special, just $59.95 for the next 3 days. It's going to be a little light. I got 2 today. We're going to have college football on Wednesday. There'll be something tomorrow. So pick it up at pickdogs.com. 3 days for $59.95.
Pick it up. Chris?
Yeah, I got my Monday Night Mayhem 3-pack over at the website. 3 plays between the Monday Night Football game tonight and the NLCS game 1 between the Braves and the Dodgers. $29.95. I'm loving those plays today.
Rod, anything?
And for me, I got it's Rod's Thanksgiving Monday. Happy Canadian Thanksgiving. I got a triple play. I've got a side in the 3 games today.
Brian, what do you think about this Canadian Thanksgiving?
I was going to ask you, what's your favorite Canadian Thanksgiving side dish?
Mine's
is it
waffles.
The same as an American
Mine
side
is
dish for Thanksgiving?
Mine's waffles.
Waffles? What? I've yet to see waffles at a Canadian Thanksgiving. Maybe dessert. Maybe dessert coming out. With a little ice cream, some caramel sauce on your waffle, or some fruits, or whipped cream.
Is it the same as the U.S. Thanksgiving? Turkey and...
Oh, yeah, turkey.
Well, we had a ham.
Yeah, some people have ham. Some people switch it up and have ham.
I got to have the turkey, the dark meat, stuffing.
Yeah.
Yeah, dried corn.
Turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy.
Then the
some Brussels sprouts. I like Brussels sprouts. I like turnip. Some people like sweet potato. I don't like
how many desserts you having today?
How many desserts am I having today? 1 pumpkin pie.
What about strawberry?
What's the story of the Canadian Thanksgiving? Because like the U.S. Thanksgiving has this whole story behind it. You know, was there a Canadian Mayflower? Are you still celebrating the same one?
The Canadian Pilgrims, I think it was.
Those damn Canadian Pilgrims. They were newfies, I tell you.
They were probably French. Because I think the French were here first.
Speaking of which, we're opening up for tourists here in Maui on October 15th, and I haven't seen the tourists, in a long time now, and I'll tell you, everything is a lot different here than what it normally is with tourists. All the wildlife is back. It's just a different place without all the so many people in our little island. I mean, we always have a ton of wildlife, but there's even more, because nobody to scare them off, and we haven't had nearly as many shark attacks. It's not the same without those French Canadian tourists. They love those French Canadians, the sharks. I don't know what it is.
Soccer.
Lots of butter. That's what it is.
Canadian Thanksgiving is to celebrate the harvest. That's why it's always the second week of October, and it's to celebrate the the harvest of the past year.
So do they have like Canadian football games like that you watch all day long and like
Yes, they would have, but
really
the
they normally
CFL
would have?
canceled this year. Otherwise, they would. You
might
usually
be-
have games all day.
It might have even been playoff football, actually.
Right now in November. Well, right now,
October?
no. Thanksgiving would have been
Like the first round of the
Thanksgiving's
playoffs.
Yeah, we probably would have been in the middle of the playoffs right now,
Because the Grey Cup's usually first week in November.
or end of October.
Huh?
I think they shuffled it a little. Depends, but yeah, we would have been right smack dab in playoff Canadian football.
Anyways, Monday Night Football. We got the Chargers and the Saints. Brian, look like you're sleeping over there.
Oh, wait a second. I got to wake up. In this game, I like the under. I know San Diego Chargers missing two of their best defensive players in Ingram and their strong safety, Derwin James, but I think the Saints defense needs to play much better. They were my fantasy defense, not that it matters, but I expected a lot more from the Saints
it doesn't
defense.
matter. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. But
If there's one thing that doesn't matter is fantasy football defense.
big bettors here, big chunks on the under. I like the under too. Also, score the first touchdown. Keenan Allen plus 800. That's what I'm going with.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna be on the over in the first half. These the Chargers and the Saints both like to get the scoring out of the way early, and then they sort of taper off as the games go on, and they're combining for almost 25 points a game in the first half. So I'll take the over first half 24.5, and to kind of piggyback on Brian, I'd shop that Keenan Allen prop bet because I see it at plus 1,400.
Always screw me on my book for some reason. Always screw me.
Yeah, I'm seeing it plus 1,400. Or if you're going with New Orleans, you could take the squares play in that department, but Alvin Kamara at plus 375.
Rod? He's texting his girlfriend.
No, I was just looking at.
Get the turkey in the oven.
We ate turkey yesterday. That way you just have to reheat yesterday, right? Then you're just having to reheat. For me, I'm gonna take the under. The Chargers, what have they reached 20 points in a game? Once this year, maybe. So yeah, I'm taking the under. Give me the under.
I'm on the under too. It's just I don't know. We saw the Saints wake up last week. It was the best they looked, you know. It was that game in Detroit. They were down 14-0, and all of a sudden they started to look like the old Saints again. And offensively and defensively. And I'll tell you, Anthony Lynn, if you're not going to go for it on 4th and inches in overtime, then, against the Chiefs, then, I don't think you're going to score a lot of points in your lifetime. I'm going to have to go with the under as well here, man. I don't see it, I don't see it. Drew Brees, it's so weird. It's like in certain situations you see him like just throwing the ball down the field and it's like this thing, but normally he's this dink and dunk guy to the running backs. Really, I wonder how many of the yardage and his big yards that he's done in his career have been after the catch yards. I'm going to guess 3/4 of them. He's had Sproles, Kamara. He's always had guys like that. Most of his yards, I'm going to guess, are after the catch. And I'm going to guess a lot of his catches that have been made have been circus catches, too. Sit here and bash Drew Brees for a couple minutes. Oh, that's sure to get a lot of viewers to our shows. Be sure to smash the like button. Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We got 22,300 subscribers. We're almost at 22,400. I could see the actual numbers. They round us because we're rounders. But we go to baseball. The Astros got off first inning, 1-0. All the Astros backers, which was a lot of people. They thought they were off to the races. But I thought I had the over. I thought I was off to the races. And the Astros had a lot of chances, man. So they get the bases loaded with one out. Gurriel. It's been slumping all postseason. Do you pinch hit for him there, or is that just Dusty Baker? What was Dusty doing? You know, what the hell was Dusty thinking? It's like, I don't know what the sound said. You know, because I can't listen to these guys. Hopefully, if you were listening, and I can only hope that it wasn't Joe Buck, right? But what did they say? You know, like, were they saying pinch hit, pinch hit? And I mean, was someone jumping up and down, screaming, sending a pinch hitter? It's like, this guy hasn't gotten a hit since like forever. Brian, what was going on there?
No, sometimes the managers do things that make you really scratch your head and think, what the hell is he thinking? But they got their analytics and their coaches telling him in their ear, I'm sure. So I guess he had some reason for keeping him in there. But
I actually gave out,
figure it out.
on these comments, I actually gave out Missouri money line in that game against. Ryan gave out Missouri.
I had the plus the points.
Right. I had Missouri on the money line for that game.
Yes,
it's mine.
But then Texas A&M also. So.
Yeah, and you also give out the under in the Alabama game, and they scored 120. Anyways, you know, we could sit here and talk about winners and losers all day long. You had the Jets,
we can
all
go
right?
back and talk about all of our.
We have the conversation ender. You took the Jets. I mean,
that's all right. I took the Vikings.
You took the Jets. I mean, come on.
It's all relative.
I don't think I've seen a worse performance by a professional football team this season. I mean, if the Falcons fired their coach and the Jets, that means that what the Jets put forth yesterday was tolerable in any way, shape, or form. How is that acceptable for an NFL football team?
I had a little hope for the Jets when they scored that touchdown, but it didn't happen.
No. The Jets on that touchdown and in the entire game, I'm pretty sure the Jets got more yards on penalties than their actual offense gained. I'm pretty sure. Because that whole drive that they scored the touchdown was all penalties. But they gained more yards in penalties than they did on offense in that game. And definitely on that drive. Definitely. It was like every single play there was a penalty against the Cardinals. It was like every single play.
Teams cover.
What's that?
Penalties. That's how crappy teams cover penalties.
Yeah, well, it was like, I mean, believe me, the sharp money was onto something with that. But, I mean, at some point you have to look at Joe Flacco, you know. Anyway, speaking of Joe Flacco, we got the Astros and the Rays. What are you thinking here?
With Lance McCullers on the mound, who wasn't too sharp his last outing. And Morton only gave up 2 runs to the Yankees. But I kind of like the over in this one. I think we see both pitchers go about 5 innings, give up 3 runs each. So I think it'll creep over that total by the time it's done.
How about you, Chris?
Yeah, I'm on the over as well. I think McCullers, if he's not at home, he usually gets tossed around a little bit, and I'm not high on Charlie Morton at all. I'm going to take the over here. I think this one could hit double digits.
Rob?
Yeah, I agree. Give me the over here. We hit 10 runs.
Squarely on the under in this thing. McCullers definitely pitched a lot better in his last few outings on the road. He was way better. I know last time out he gave up 8 hits, 5 runs, 4 earned, whatever, 5 strikeouts. But his other games before that had a few good ones. And the Astros, they just seem to be playing these defensive games. And the Rays, Charlie Morton pitched pretty good last time too. 4 hits, 2 runs. I don't know. I like the under. I didn't see anything last night that inspired me to think balls are going to be flying out of the park today. We got the Dodgers and the Braves. Oh, And these are the worst playoff matchups, right? This is. I'm gonna guess that as bad as
matchup.
This is a great matchup.
I'm gonna guess.
1 and 2
I'm gonna guess, but it's like it's just the squarest of the square. There's no story here. It's like the two teams that everybody like. If you're just like John Q. Public, it's like these are the teams you would have picked, right? These were the two favorites, right? To get there. There's nothing fun about that. At least not for me. Anyways, Brian, Dodgers, Braves, Max Fried, and Walker Buehler.
Tune into the drive-through tonight. I'm going to give out the side for this play, Dodgers and Braves in this game. As far as the show goes, I like the under Max Fried. I know as the season's going on, he's tapered off a little bit, but then Buehler's picked it up. But I think we see a pitcher's duel here, 2-1, 3-1 game. Give me the under.
Chris?
Yeah, you got two sides that are, swinging a pretty hot bat over the course of the playoffs. I mean, I like what the Dodgers have done, but I think the value is still here with the Braves. That pitching staff is throwing up, I think it was like 37 of 40 scoreless innings so far in the postseason. I don't know if that completely continues here, but if you're taking the under, I think you got to go with the Braves for the value.
Rod?
For me in this one, I'm going to take the over. We're definitely going to see some runs. Fried allowed 4 runs over 4 innings in the NLDS opener versus the Marlins. And Buehler was going to pitch 4 innings. Most. I don't think he's ever pitched. He hasn't pitched more than 4 innings all year. So I think we're going to see some fireworks here. Give me some runs. Top 2 scoring teams in the league. Give me the over.
Half of the Jets' first downs came on penalty in that game against the Cardinals, by the way. Half. Joe Flacco, 4 of 13 on 3rd down. Ouch. Yeah, not pretty. 162 yards passing. Bad.
Cardinals ain't no prize chicken.
Well, the thing is, I had picked against them in the previous 2 weeks. I mean, they were in horrible spots, the last 2 weeks. So it was like it just created value on them for this game. It was like, I mean, again, they were on the road like at Detroit, right after Detroit, or they lost at home to Detroit. That was a bad loss. But the next loss on the road, they were in a horrible spot, right? At Carolina or something, like after losing at home, it was like there's no way they were going to win that game. But you're talking about Adam Gase, who, I mean, did you see the play calling in that game? They tried running like a flea flicker on like 2nd and something, and I think it lost 35 yards. I mean, it was just like, what are you doing? It's like, what are you even thinking? Whatever. Anyways, this game's going way over. Both these pitchers have been vulnerable, and these batting orders they're just money, and these guys can really hit. Both these teams, they're both hitting really, really well. The Braves have been scoring.
10 wins.
The Braves have been scoring late runs in bunches. And the Dodgers, they kind of just peck away. They seem to have these 3-run innings routinely, 3+. I like over. I think 8's a little too light. This one gets to 12. This one, gets to 12 runs, maybe more. 11-4, something. I don't know.
First to 10 wins.
Yeah, it might be first to 10 wins.
I don't know. They both have good bullpens.
First to 10 wins.
It could be 10 runs for the series. Also, you never know.
It could. Yeah, it could be a. You figure all that bats, and they're not gonna.
I wonder how baseball's doing in the ratings. My guess is not well.
Well, you can't judge them off one game yesterday.
No. There's been playoffs going on for a month now.
Oh, I thought you meant these particular series.
I'm sure that Rays Astros game, they stuck it at 4:00 Eastern for a reason.
I know NBA was down 75% or something like that over last year.
Yeah, it was also in October when normally it's in May.
Yep.
The big difference.
Yeah, you got lots of other stuff going on.
Lots of other stuff going on.
People can't spend the whole day in front of the TV set watching football and then basketball.
Yeah, it's like last night it was up against they had the football, baseball, and basketball were all on at the same time. Like you never had that with the NBA Finals. NBA Finals, they preempt The Bachelor to show that stuff.
Oh my God, The Bachelor.
And these days, most people stream. So watching it on the TV, I think most people stream baseball. Most people stream everything these days to watch TV.
Anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything else you got to say for yourselves?
I'm looking forward to Thursday, BYU at the Houston Cougars. Like I got that game circled. I don't know if that means anything, but that's a game I'm looking. Oh, it's Friday. I'm sorry, Friday.
I was like, what?
Yeah,
I thought you just said it was Friday.
I was gonna say I wrote that game. Don't tell me I put it in the wrong day.
It's Friday. It's Friday. I wish it was Thursday, but it's Friday. I think Wednesday's game's Coastal Carolina at UL.
That's Wednesday. Thursday is Georgia State and Arkansas State.
It's too bad they don't have a better matchup Thursday.
There's no NFL Thursday, right? Why is there no NFL Thursday?
Yeah, I didn't see one listed. I have no idea.
Because the Bills were supposed to play.
Yeah.
All right, there you have it. Because the
Bills
were supposed to play
the Chiefs, I think.
No, the Bills play the Chiefs on Monday night. No.
Chiefs play the Bills on Thursday.
I'm saying they were supposed to play them Thursday, but I think that game got moved to Monday.
Since the Bills are playing Tuesday, it would be 2 games in 3 days.
Yeah.
Cool.
Talk about short rest.
Yeah.
I have our football totals written down on some of these cards somewhere. What you guys picked. See if you guys have any change of heart. I don't have them here. They're out at the other desk where we used to do the show. I will bring them tomorrow. See if you guys have any change of heart on some of your picks. I'm going to guess a lot of them. We all had the under on the Eagles. I think that was everybody's top play. It was under on wins for the Eagles. It was
like Dallas going to the Super Bowl, so that ain't happening.
Yeah, I think we had under. I think we all had under for Dallas too.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I don't think. Well, maybe Steve. Steve was a little hypey. He was like, "Yeah, I like Dallas."
Steve, yeah,
he liked Dallas.
We could do it with Dalton or Prescott.
Or Prescott, yeah.
Steve's gonna sit here and defend Aaron Boone and Mike McCarthy till he was a Goff fan until he found us.
The Goff look better.
Yeah, it's way better. What they did is they changed the offense. The Rams.
Well, TV had to put him in the spotlight yesterday and be like, look, it's the worst NFL spike ever. And it was Goff trying to spike the ball. He nearly took out a cameraman.
All right. Well, that's
I'm
it.
off to Chick-fil-A. I'm ready for lunch.
We don't even have Chick-fil-A here. We're nobodies. I think they were going to put one in, and then I don't know what's going to happen now. But
I think we even got a Chick-fil-A here.
We don't have one. We got nothing.
Good luck.
I'm
not driving 5 hours to a Chick-fil-A.
I'll drive 45 minutes.
Where's your dedication, Ron?
That's 5 hours one way. I'm not. That's
No,
5
make
hours
it a-
one
make it
way.
a trip.
Yeah, that'll be a
Get a
10-hour
hotel.
drive today. No, thank you. For
Me
a
and my chicken sandwich
or
are
something.
getting a room.
Well, let me explain to you how the Chick-fil-A works one more time for you. Don't get the French fries. Just get the sandwich, and instead of French fries, get nuggets. Thank me later. Anyways,
That is the one thank me later that's appropriate for this.
yes,
show.
thank me later. Yeah, I know they try and push the French fries on you because the reason why they push the French fries. Obviously, there's a big margin there. You sell a potato for $1.79. Not even, it's like a half a potato, right? A quarter of a potato for $1.79. There's a huge margin there. So that's why they push it. But the actual real combo should be chicken sandwich, chicken nuggets, and a drink.
I like the
pop.
potato. I like the
That's
potato.
where their margin. That's
What do you like?
I like the fries with. I like.
Yeah,
the
because
potato.
you're you know why?
But I was talking about being a cheap.
Brian's a
nuggets, like
square
you can-
Chick-fil-A customer. He's a Chick-fil-A square. He falls for those fries every time. I mean, I like
Would
a
you
good,
like to upsize those? We'll give you bigger
No,
fries.
I never.
I don't think, do they have the upsides at Chick-fil-A? I don't even know if they have
I
that.
don't know.
But they have, I'll tell you, the French fry that I like the best, the king of the French fries, is the crinkle cut. I hate battered French fries. I love a good crinkle cut.
I'm
I
not
like
into
crinkle
crinkle
cuts.
cuts.
Well
A little
done.
crispier crinkle cut. It'll hold up the gravy. Well done. Yeah, they gotta have a little more
Well
crisp
done.
to them.
Gotta have some crunch to it. I hate when
Yeah.
they rush them out of the basket. It's like,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's the worst. Nobody wants
Yeah.
mushy fries. What the heck?
yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Yeah, take the extra. that's when you do the, this doesn't look like the picture.
No, see,
Right?
Yeah.
see, my fiance
It's
and I,
close.
we were arguing about the best French fries like 3 nights ago, and Rod might be able to back me up on this. She said that Swiss Chalet French fries, which is just a Canadian like a rotisserie chicken.
I have
place,
been
like
there. I know this. I'm familiar.
Yeah, no, I'm for context for anyone else, but they have like the best French fries, but they're droopy
Droopy,
and they're
yeah.
soft, and I'm like, no, that's not what a French fry is supposed to be. Crispy on the outside, fluffy on the inside.
You're supposed to have that snap, like when you go like this.
Like me, crispy on the
Snap.
outside, fluffy on the inside.
There you go.
Five Guys burgers and fries. That's my favorite fry.
All right. We'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day. We'll try and act more professional tomorrow.